it's Megan again. Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you for joining me again today. Today we're jumping into some fall recipes. So, been beautiful weather here in North Carolina the last few days. It was a little hot yesterday, but nothing like 90 degrees with 90% humidity. It wasn't nothing like that, so thank goodness for that. But today we're going to be making pumpkin butter. So, kind of like apple butter, a little smoother texture, and a pumpkin-y taste, a nice fall taste. So, got these beautiful cooking pumpkins from Armstrong Artisan Farm in Walnut Cove, North Carolina. So, if you're local to the area, check them out for all your pumpkin needs. They have a ton down there, and a lot of fun activities for the kids and stuff on the weekends. So, yeah, check them out. But, so, first thing you're going to want to do, you can make pumpkin butter out of any pumpkin. It can be a jack-o'-lantern, you know, if you want to try to make pumpkin butter out of that. The difference between eating pumpkins and jack-o'-lantern pumpkins is the flesh inside the pumpkin is much thicker. It's not as hollow as a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. There's only a small little area inside of here that will have seeds that we'll have to clean out. The rest is flesh, and that's what we're going to be making our pumpkin butter out of. You're going to need a big knife to cut these bad boys in half, and you're going to need a food processor or a blender to get the smooth, creamy texture. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we're just going to cut these in half. I'm going to wipe some of this dirt off. But we're going to cut these in half. So just be careful. Don't cut your arm or your fingers off or nothing like that. Alright, I'm going to show y'all here. See how thick this flesh is? So there's a lot more flesh than there is seeds. So of course we're going to clean out all these seeds. I'm going to put them in a bowl here for my chickens. Don't know whether you know this or not, but they actually say that pumpkin seeds are a natural wormer for chickens and pigs. I don't know how so that is, but I know a lot of like the organic homesteaders, different things like that, feed their animals pumpkin seeds. And since I'm cleaning out pumpkins anyway, the chickens enjoy it as a nice treat. If it worms them, good, you know. But yeah, I've got just an ice cream scoop here. I'm just cleaning out seeds. I'm going to set my oven to 400 degrees. Go ahead and get that preheating while you're doing this part right here. I've had people ask me about my apple butter. If you follow me on my Facebook page, you'll see it the other day I posted about making some apple butter. I actually use the Ball Blue Book recipe for apple butter. It's absolutely delicious. So if you have a Ball Blue Book, you should have a recipe in there for apple butter. That's the one I use. It's tried and true, and it is delicious. So yeah, try that out. And I'm just trying to get most of this out. I mean, if it's not 100% clean, I just want to make sure there's no seeds or nothing left in here. Alright, so I've got that cleaned out for the most part. You can tell even back here in the back is even thicker than this. So that's what we want. You can cut this up and boil it in a little bit of water like you do your apples for your apple butter. But then you have to get the peeling off. And I find that cooking the pumpkin in the oven, once it gets done, like the peeling just peels off. So it's a little easier, I think, to do them in the oven. It does take a little longer to do it that way, but I like doing them in the oven. So I'm going to get this half cleaned out. See, this half, which is probably the way that I cut it, so it's my own fault, but, I mean, that was like 2 scoops of pumpkin guts, and that was all. So, we'll set those to the side. I'm going to cut this big boy open. pretty thick flesh around there. So I will tell you, and I'll probably tell you again later on in the video, I am going to water bath can this, but do that at your own risk. That is not FDA approved because it is a puree. That FDA does recommend just keeping this in the freezer or the refrigerator. So if you do decide to can it, like I'm going to do today, just do it at your own risk. Okay, guys? My oven is set on 400 degrees. I've got a pizza pan here so I can fit them all on here. I got it covered in tin foil and sprayed with some nonstick spray. So you're just going to lay your pumpkin down like that with the skin side up. See if I can get all this fit on here, guys. There we go. Alright. So we're going to stick this in the oven. It's going to take it an hour to an hour and a half at 400 degrees to get done. So how you tell if it's done? Just like a baked potato. Take you a knife, a fork, or whatever, and stab it in. And it's supposed to, you shouldn't meet any resistance. Once it's done, you know, it'll just go straight through it like hot butter. So, yeah, cook it till you get to that point. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these in here. This isn't wasting. It's a little bit of free chicken feed and wormer, if that really is a thing. So they enjoy it. Alright, so my pumpkins cooked. It took them about an hour and 10 minutes to get as done as I wanted them. So let me just show y'all here. And you can see the skin's kind of bubbled up some on them. But see there? See how easy that is for that knife to go through there? That's how you know when they're done. So we're going to go ahead and just get this skin off. See y'all? It just peels right off. So that's why I like to do them in the oven. That also will go to the chickens. You can see the steam coming off of it. They're still a little hot. I tried to let them cool for a little bit so I could stand to touch them. So I got all the skin off my pumpkins. You know, if your skin's a little stuck, just take you a spoon and scrape it off the skin. It comes off really easy. So now I use my hands for this. You know, wash your hands and you can just put it in your food processor or your blender. Just go ahead and start putting it in there. And just kind of look it over as you're putting it in there. Make sure you didn't miss any of that skin. I mean, I don't know that it would hurt anything. It just probably wouldn't taste very good, I wouldn't think. Like I said, I did let this cool for a while. You know, cool enough so that I could handle it. And it smells so good in here now. You don't even need a candle. Don't even need a fall candle. Alright. Put my lid on here. Alright, y'all. We're going to puree this, so watch your ears. Pumpkin puree. Get you a nice sized pot. Pour your puree in there. Alright, now I've got this beautiful bright orange pumpkin puree. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my heat on about medium-low for now. Go ahead and get it heated up. Once it's heated up, I will cut it down to low heat, just to let it kind of cook slowly. Alright, so now we're going to add in our seasoning. This right here is about 3 cups of sugar. Going to put in a little cinnamon. And y'all, I just kind of do this to taste. After it cooks for a little bit, I'll taste it and see if it needs to be a little sweeter or whatnot. Put a few little cloves in there, not many, because those things are potent. And we're going to put a little brown sugar. And this is the kicker here. You can either do maple syrup or you can do maple flavoring. I didn't have any maple syrup, so I've got this maple flavoring that I'm going to put in there. Regular syrup doesn't really have that real strong maple taste unless you have real maple syrup. So we're just going to put a little bit of that in there. That should be plenty. Alright, we're going to mix all that in. I wish y'all could smell this house right now. It smells so, so good. Alright, and we're going to let some more of that moisture cook out of our pumpkin butter and give it time for all these flavors to combine. So once it starts trying to bubble a little bit, which it's so thick so it won't bubble much, once it tries to start bubbling a little bit, I'll cut my heat down to low. Alright, this is cooked on low for right at about an hour, maybe a little more. You can see it's a little darker in color than it was. Nice and thick, just like that. That's what we're looking for. So now we're going to get our hot, clean, sterilized jars. I got me a little funnel in there. And we're just going to fill these jars up. Like I said earlier in the video, it is recommended to freeze this or keep it in the refrigerator per the FDA. So take that as you want. I give it a little taste, and it tastes absolutely delicious. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. See there? A nice dark orange color. So that's how you make pumpkin butter. A nice fall treat. Excellent to make for Christmas presents, you know, anything like that. Anybody that enjoys the taste of pumpkin, and I really do. So this is excellent. I like to put it on toaster biscuits. Really good on a good hot biscuit. With a little bit of extra butter on there. Yes, honey. It is delicious. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little something. If you like it, consider giving me a like, giving me a subscribe, leaving me a comment. I love hearing from everybody. I may be a little slow to respond sometimes, but I do read each and every comment. So, again, thank you very much. Remember, as always, God always teaches us to be prepared. So make sure you're prepared, and I'll talk to y'all next time.